KDA. And others by the number of world championships they've won. But the true test of a champion lies in some of the greatest words spoken by some of the most historic minds in solo queue. 1v1 me, bro. Gets an up back.
That's it.
There it is, Bjergsen.
You already know I'm the real wonder.
Oh, here we go.
Before I bring the storm, you gonna feel thunder. Say your body count is up there with kill numbers. How about you can take a look at some real numbers? Might just double up on you while I still slumber. I'm the
Look at the Cuba. He's coming.
no exit. Room full of all-stars, we all guys. Somebody gotta be Zeus, I'll take shots. Who's next in line? Can you make that? Now is the time, get out of your mind. Raise up the lights, we all here tonight, so let's do it right. Yo, we came here to fight. Who's next in line? Can you make that? Now is the time, his word is Uzi.
Does a grass pocket sword. Nice sidestep. Others.
Yo, we came here to fight.
This year, some of the best players in the world shed all they knew about jungle paths, team fighting, and sneaky calls to compete on Howling Abyss, where only the fastest fingers come out on top. From 32 competitors, only 2 remain, with 2 kills separating them from the title. So without further ado, let's meet our finalists!
First up, from nobody knowing his name to dabbing on double lift and taking out Faker and Rookie, the People's Champion, the pride of the OPL, it's Pabu!
Opposite him, the EU Wonder Kid, making his first world final at age 18, and now just a month later dethroning the 2-time defending 1v1 champ and challenging for a title of his own, it's Cups! Well, the stage is set.
Yeah.
So would you like to?
No, I think you should.
No, really. Should I? Maybe you should.
No, well,
Should we do it together?
let's do that. Okay, let's go.
Let the battle begin!
And with that, the toss is to us. Welcome back. It is time for the main event, the 1v1 final. I am Freak. That is Kobe. And in our ears is Aphia Shocks to Portra. Maybe for that trio cast. Thanks for the apology. I appreciate you.
Thanks.
We did it. We also can say things together.
Honestly, though, that was such a cool intro for these guys. Both of them are still so young.
Yeah.
And this has got to be, you know, these are moments that you dream about. Actually lying in bed at night, you know, 1v1 All-Star Finals.
Absolutely.
The pressure is on here, and the bans are coming out. We already saw how successful both of these have been, Akali and Cassiopeia off the table already.
And so this is going to be interesting. Caps, we heard from his interview, he was researching. He knew that Uzi was playing without flash. He knew he could play an all-in champion, and if he got into melee, he would be able to get those kills. So he was doing prep work. He knew what the kinds of matchups were going to be and played around them, and hasn't dropped a single game so far. And none of them, I feel like, have even been close. He's always been obviously the winner here.
Well, so the research turned out to be a Pantheon and Akali ban. Pabu has not played Pantheon or Akali yet.
Sure.
So maybe these are predictive new possibilities. Caitlyn, he has played. And that is definitely going to hit home. But again, the Fiora that we saw him on most recently is what he's known for in the OPL.
Yep.
And was probably his most stylish victory. So maybe he'll lock it in again here. The double combat summoners is what he used last time, going for the all-in, ignite, exhaust, grabbing that, hitting the vitals.
And if he's up against something like an Orianna, you should be able to always riposte Shockwave. So that is certainly very powerful. And oh, look at this, Caps bringing back the Vayne. I believe he is the famous mid Vayne as well from LEC. I guess EULCS technically even played it. Incoming LEC. So Vayne Fiora has been played top lane at some point, I assume.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Probably never been played mid.
For sure solo queue.
Yeah, for sure in solo queue.
I mean, some Fioras have been played mid, not too much recently. Even in pro play, we had some Fioras mid. He did it in the LCS. Vayne versus Fiora is super interesting, though. Trying to tumble out, dodge the riposte, trying to get your condemns down on the lunges. Protect your vitals is always such a cool minigame as well.
If you're able to riposte condemn, it's going to be a stun, and you're almost certainly in range of it. So if the prediction lands and Pabu gets a riposte stun, he probably gets the kill. If he's late, he's going to be disengaged. Caps can keep using the range. Like, I expect the Fiora to be poked out, but anytime Vayne is in auto attack range, she should be within lunge range as well. So we might see a trade of blows. The problem is, though, there's no good way out for Fiora. If she's not willing to all in, you're going to get run down by Vayne triggering Silver Bolts.
I'm pretty sure he's willing to all in. The man's taking exhaust and ignite, or at least he did last time.
It just depends when, right? Because you can, like, riposte, sorry, not riposte, but lunge's cooldown is longer than tumble. So there is going to be situations where Pabu can't keep up with Caps. He's going to have more move speed than him. He's going to have more tumbles, more dashes. So I think this matchup is tenuous. I think it comes down to some of the crowd control.
Yeah, I mean, if you miss a lunge as well, then the cooldown is huge. You're not going to get it back at all, and that's pretty much the big outplay for me. That's what I was talking about, condemning the lunges. Here we go, though. Does touch that one.
Wow, and he's doing lethal tempo as well, so it's really high damage here for Caps. And there's actually a lunge down. So he's going to go back for the Vita, but doesn't get it.
Uh-oh,
he's going to do it. He's got double sums. Keep in mind on both sides here. There's heal down. There's exhaust. And he can get chased, though. He can get chased, and he has flash. This could be a kill right away. Ignite and outplay it. He's got to find a vital. He's got to find the damage. Pabu needs one hit, and he's going to have it before minions even spawn.
The Q came back up just in time to finish the game. And just like that, game number 1 is over before it even gets started.
Kobe, on the first day, we were worried too many 1v1s would come down to 100 CS. This one came down to 0.
So, like we were talking about, the lunge hits, that means he can keep up the chase here, but that lunge into the wall means Caps knows there's a huge cooldown. I'm going to keep up this chase no matter what. Going in and out of the brush here for Pabu, he's trying to gain some distance. The tumble backwards during the exhaust means that Caps has to face check here. He flashes in, and even with the sweeper going, he can't get the damage out in time. Lunge comes back up, and Pabu is on the board.
The sustain mattered a lot.
It's match point already.
It's match point already. Second win plus Revitalize was a lot of health going back in. Obviously chucked the potion, had the Doran shield in there as well. He probably regened 150 health over maybe like 6 seconds during that chase. Like, he was an auto or two from dead. Rune choice mattered a lot there. That gave him a lot more health than Caps's Taste of Blood and Ghost Poro did. That secondary rune tree was the difference in the mechanics of how that fight played out.
Look at him. He's entering a state of zen now after that extremely crazy game number 1. Are you, for game number 2, you think Caps is coming back? Are you going with the people's champion, as Shock steamed him?
I think we're going to game 3. I think we're going to game 3, honestly. Look, there's 2 things I've seen watching esports, specifically in North America, is anytime there is an underdog versus a favorite, the North American, and NA is not in this battle anymore because why would they in the final? The North American crowd gets behind the underdog. So they cheered for Taipei Assassins back in Season 2 when they took down Azubu Frost. That was a huge deal. I remember them getting called the Taipei Americans just because the NA crowd back in LA was hoping they would win. At this point, it's like, Caps, you took us out of the finals. You yourself on Fnatic took Cloud9 out. So I know the NA crowd is behind Pabu here, hoping to knock down Caps a little peg. So I understand the audience is behind the Oceanic top laner. But Caps, I think, pulls back this one.
All right, Ban's already out and hovers on Nico. Are we going to get another Nico? This would be Caps' third Nico pick of the tournament. Started out really early on with it and has quickly gained mastery.
Ooh, and Aurelia is going to be locked in here. So it is going to be another aggro champion. Pabu's going to be pushed back by the wave clear of Caps.
Definitely within the top lane pool. We were talking about Pabu, and you know, the Fiora and Darius were the only, you know, super true top lane champion.
He's got an upside down keyboard. Oh wait, no, it's Caps. Never mind.
I mean,
Sorry, that was a bad joke. The first shot, keyboard was upside down. I was really confused. It's like there's no that's really the keyboard, and then I realized it's the camera shot. All right, I ruined everything. Kobe gives me a double thumbs up.
I don't think you could ruin it.
Ooh,
look at that
blue
blue
smolder.
steel. It's a blue steel for
Oh my
Pabu.
gosh. Can he turn left though? That's the question.
I don't think he's gonna have to here. He can get up out
2-0.
of his chair. 2-0, he's calling the shots. Very confident in his Aurelia play. We saw Rookie go for the tower dive on Aurelia. Didn't turn out so well. It was very close though. Getting the level 6 is, of course, what you're looking for the all-in potential. A bunch of side drinkers here on the water as well. Pretty good technique. Nobody's spilling on themselves.
You don't really need the microphone. You're in a 1v1 where your only comms are your opponent. Like, you could just move it and go for the more, you know, standard drink, but...
Or you could have confidence in your own abilities.
Yeah.
Which is necessary in a 1v1 environment, Freak.
To the Snowdown Showdown.
Sure. All right, so Pabu. Now keep in mind, Aurelia Q does heal you, so there is some merit to overshield. If he's at full HP, Q will give him a little bit extra there. And the Biscuit's Time Warp. I still really, really prefer the Resolve secondary, but maybe there is a lot of benefit
Yeah, I mean,
in the Biscuits. I mean, Biscuits are burst sustain when you've got this, like a burst heal when you've got Time Warp Tonic, so I do get that is some extra sort of in combat, like really meaty durability.
also, Aurelia definitely does rely on her mana resource as well. So, I mean, Domination second is super good for health sustain, but definitely going to need the extra mana for trades. Caps, though, on the Nico, should be able to get the early push on these minions after forcing Pabu back to base.
And I think I do like him going for this Nimbus Cloak on
Yeah, I think
Nico, because the R, you're going to get in the ring.
Yeah, every Nico that I've seen has taken it for better R placement. I think it's 100% necessary on Summoner's Rift, and also a pretty good choice here for 1v1.
And of course, we'll see if it gets that far. We've had a lot of very explosive games where level 6 number comes in. And it's Corrupting Potion versus that Doran's Ring 2 pots here. We already saw the runes and fairly standard stuff with Inspiration Secondary. Caps did miss 1 CS, I believe, but he's still okay.
Should be just a little bit of farming here for the level 1. Caps gets early level 2. Does he go for a snare?
Ignites that stun. Ooh. Because he was 4-stacked on the Q right then, so that could have been decent damage. It's Ignite Flash for both, so there's no CC coming out of Summoner spells.
Yeah. Bloom goes a little bit wide there as well.
Yeah. I think them having Flash does favor the Nico, because you can jump, let's say, over the R wall or get out of an E stun. I think there's a lot of good usability there. Ooh. That was the real one. Yeah, he didn't necessarily know. Ignite side, he's going for it right away! He's going right away! He's running to the turret! Oh, it's so close, but it's Caps who pulls it back!
Oh my goodness, one more tick and he goes down.
That is confidence. Another one auto away.
Another Aurelia, another failed dive.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so close there. Pabu, let's take another look at it starting, Freak.
So he goes right in, he finds the stun, doesn't realize it's the real one until later on. Oh no, he finds the auto. So he is vaguely aware that it could be that. And he's like, yeah, you know, I got this, has the reset.
He goes to stack up the passive. Flash answers here, gets his auto off, but has nothing left. There's no more Qs. He used all the resets, and Caps just barely under the turret finds the answer.
And the only games Pabu has actually lost have been in turret dives under that turret. Going in and being an auto attack or a Q away from getting that kill. Just narrow margins there. But it means Caps pulls it back, and now we have a final game. One last battle on Murder Bridge to decide, is it Caps or Pabu who takes that Ice Lodge Draven Axe as the trophy?
All right, game number 1, we got to level 1. Game number 2, we got to level 2. Maybe, I don't think anyone hit level 3, so.
I don't think so.
Maybe this game, we could get to level 3 before it comes to a climactic finish here at All-Stars in Vegas.
Oh, man.
We have had such a crazy tournament leading up to this one.
Seriously.
Big display from both of these guys, getting past multiple world champions. And now there's only one left. All right, what the ban's gonna be? Are they gonna let Aurelia through once again? I think you actually just do.
Yeah.
I didn't write down the ban from last time. I think it was, Urgot was the same.
I think they had the same bands all the way through on both the first 2 games. I love, by the way, that Champs Like music is Silver Scrapes. I think it's very fitting for the final game of All-Stars.
Another Pantheon ban. So this is just a blocker ban from Caps over and over, even though Pabu has not used it. I think Westor was the only one to actually use Pantheon. He got a bunch of regeneration.
Yeah.
With
but he was getting out-farmed and he couldn't
He only had
alive.
one longsword, so he didn't have a lot of damage behind the kill threat or the all-ins.
Yeah. All right. Gets rid of the Fiora. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, Cassio, Urgot, Jace, I feel like we're all bands that Pabu's used before, at least in game 1.
Yeah, fair enough.
Does Caps respect Aurelia? Actually, I think it's a decent chance we have Aurelia mirror here. I think Caps would happily take that gauntlet. And I feel like Pabu would pick it up as well.
Akali's in the air as well. I kind of want to see some more Akali.
That's actually pretty hype too.
Puts a lot of pressure around that level 6.
What do we have? No Darius, which means he's willing to go melee.
That was used by Pabu, round 3.
I think Caps is going to play something melee because of the Darius ban.
Oh, is he running it back?
I think he was willing to play Aurelia here.
If he blind picks the Lissandra into Aurelia?
But see, I don't think you'd pick Liss if you were going to ban Darius. Like, I think you'd let him, you'd play the champion, then play Liss into it, right? Like, you pick something that you would expect to lose to Darius, which is why I think he's going melee. He was because he was hovering Liss every game in the semifinals, so I feel like he's doing it.
Fair enough.
But maybe I'm wrong.
He's definitely contemplating right now.
Yeah.
You can see
the furrowed brow.
The cogs turning.
Oh. Yeah, I think this is the matchup. Aurelia's locked in.
Oh. The last minute flop.
Okay. Just like Nico's the chip for him.
Once again, we're going to have a Nico and an Aurelia in here. Are we going to get to level 3, Freak?
I think we are. I think Pabu knows the only way he's lost this entire tournament here was a little bit too overzealous in the tower dives. I think he actually pulls it back. The question is, does he pull it too far? Because this is a matchup where you have to find an all-in. You can't be too passive or you will automatically lose.
Yeah, I mean, as much as everyone's having fun at All-Stars, this is the very last game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of all of 2018 All-Stars here.
Yeah.
All or nothing. So, the nerves might get you. You might be a little bit more cautious in the opening.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see, though. These guys have not shown it so far.
A quick
very
smile.
quick opening, too.
Cap said he was very nervous in the semifinals. Seeing small shakes hands, I feel like, here as well. But it's the spot where you sit there and you're like, loading screen's up, deep breath, like, it's one game. There's no jungle ganks, there's no RNG. It's just like, okay, did I play it right?
They had 2 warm-ups to think about this one.
You got to get your head in the right spot. You've got to get yourself back in the zone and playing reflexively, playing with muscle memory. You've got to get yourself back into that mind state.
All right, same skin. Corrupting Potion coming out for Pabu. Caps with the Doran 2 potions.
We're going to see different runes? Will there be different runes, Kobe?
Well, the Keystones are the same.
Those are the same.
So, nope. Pabu going for the sustain once again.
Yep. Including the mana back. And this is, I believe, identical as well. So, okay. Exact same stuff, same sides of the map. We'll see if we get that level 2 tower dive again.
The first one decided by 1 auto attack.
Yeah. Second one was also 1 auto attack away. Caps was dead for 1 more auto.
Yep.
But the Ignite ticked first and Pabu went down.
All right, same thing. Same opening should happen, though. Even though we didn't have Pabu forced back to base, the Nico can get burst control, try and get some early damage on the minions. He might actually try and take a Q here, a blind, a little bit of harassment.
I would almost Q in a melee there, just auto.
It.
Just because the Q would be on cooldown. So there's the Q in.
I like those mind games, too, with the first skill shots. You shoot it back, seeing if the guy is going to be, you know, more of a defensive player.
Yeah.
But so many of these players at this
He's going for it right there with the Q stacked up. Those are good autos.
Conquer.
With Karthik Bush, it's a better trade. He has more sustain, but those are really good autos trailing for Caps. He got 2 airy triggers there.
Advantage for the range champion. If you retreat on the open side, not by the brush here, the range champion can get so much damage on the exit.
Yeah.
But if you retreat to the brush side, of course, for the melee, that's so much better.
Yep.
Top laner is very well accustomed to that.
And of course, Pabu gets move speed. Ooh, this is a big difference. He could die. He could die. This could go for the ignite. He could go for the play.
Flash answer!
Does Caps choose to flash ignite? That's a flash. He can get it. This could be Caps in right now. He can get that kill. One more auto will do it, and Caps is the 1v1 champion.
Caps does it! Hits the finals in the World Championship and takes the 1v1 belt for himself.
And that is the trophy, the 1v1 trophy presented by Acer Predator. Caps, it belongs to you. The best mid laner in the West and the best 1v1 player in the world. Dropped a single game in the finals.
If you didn't think there could be more hype around the off-season move from Fnatic to G2, now he's going to bring an award with him.
Pabu, a sad exit for him, but
honestly,
that is an experience you cherish.
Yeah, that is definitely a celebration. Yes, in the moment, it sucks to lose, but man, what a run he has had. He was 3rd voted. Surenfire step back from the tournament, so Pabu steps up for his country.
Good play. So now Dash is standing by for an interview with your champion.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, let's roar it up again for your 1v1 champ, Caps! Caps, it was a hard-fought series, went all 3 games. They were pretty quick and spicy, though. I just want to hear from you first. How does it feel to come away with the 1v1 crown?
It feels so good, man. I think I've always wanted to do this because now every time someone flames me, every time someone hates on me, I can finally say, come to the ARAM and 1v1 me, bro.
There it is, 1v1 me, bro. It did take all 3 games, and the first one didn't go in your favor. Talk me through, game by game, kind of the thought process, the different champions, and how you guys were interacting.
Well, so I really want to play Vayne. I was hoping he would go like Olaf or Darius. Then instead he went Fiora, which is like a bit harder, but he kind of baited me actually. Like I was auto-attacking him level 1 and we were fighting, and then when he was walking backwards, he was like, oh no, I did a mistake, you know. And then I was like, oh okay. And then I was going forward, so he baited me. But then after that, I was like, I was not trying to listen too much, just trying to play, and it worked.
From there, you went back to the Nico. We had the Nico-Aurelia match, the tower dive, helping you out, getting that first blood. With it being so close in that second game, why did you have the confidence to go back to Nico one more time for the winning game 3?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think I got hit by the E in the second game, and I felt pretty confident that I would be able to dodge it, like in a different game if we reversed it. I also felt I played a bit too aggressive, and I tried to go W, but I like the E on level 2 instead.
I like it. And then how about the interaction between you and Pabu? Because you guys are able to talk to each other, right? Was it lively? What was he saying to you? What were you tossing back at him?
Well, it was actually funny because like all the other matches, no one we didn't really talk at all to each other. But Pabu was talking a lot, and I felt like he was throwing me up a bit, you know. So in the end, I was just trying to like just focus on the game and actually get the win.
All right, and then finally, what do you have to say about your competitor in the finals? He took down a lot of people to meet you here, and he gave you a solid run for your money.
So I think it was really impressive. I felt like a lot of these games, I felt very confident because I were on matchups that I had played a lot, and the matches were also like, I was never like low on HP, I was never like a super friend. But in these games, I was like 1 health every game at level 2, so it was definitely exciting, and I was a bit skeptical in game 2, like just to check exactly who won.
Right.
but I ended up winning, so.
You had all of us on the edge of our seats. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your 1v1 champ, Caps!
absolutely awesome. I mean, of course, Pabu, fantastic ride. I was also rooting for him just a bit, and now I'm flip-flopping because Caps won. But hey, a wonderful champion. And I think it kind of fits with Caps in the story of kind of his year. He was such a good mid laner in Europe. He made that big move, and now that redemption and showing that he's the strongest 1v1 king.
Mechanically insane, and the fact that he can always swap through a lot of champions.
Yeah.
That's what has been his major strength, bringing in Vayne mid in the EU LCS, now LEC. So I love to see the mechanics he can bring into the 1v1 tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like it's made for him almost.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at the lineage of 1v1 champions, Bjergsen, Uzi, now Caps taking down Uzi, I feel like it fits, right? Caps has had such an amazing year. He's known as the mechanical player, and it feels good to have that rewarded with the 1v1 championship.
Would it have fit if it was Pabu?
Look at that magic.
Hi.
there you go.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Pabu would have, I think, been a much more surprising thing to see up there, and I thought he brought his own flair. I liked what Caps was saying about how he talks so much. And then you think of all of the times, like how he beat Doublelift. It was an Olaf Mirror matchup. Why was it an Olaf Mirror matchup?
He is an OPL player, so there was probably some smack there.
Yeah, I think he took a different approach than a lot of the other players, which caught them off guard and led to a lot of success.
Yeah, he ran in without stress anyway.
This is why I love that All-Stars is such an international event, that you bring in players from all walks of life. The fact that Pabu, who I know from the OPL being such a strong mechanical top laner.
What was he saying in this moment? What was he saying?
Baiting him in the entire time. He's like, oh,
get wrecked.
Heart,
I mean, even Cap said it. He was like, he straight up baited me in this first game.
Yeah. Oh, I messed up.
Oh, I gotta run.
I cannot believe it.
Oh, no, don't chase me.
Just kidding, dog. I got you. I want to believe that it's everything Chat just said. Everything.
I was noticing it in a champ select, and like before they went into the actual laning, I just saw his mouth moving constantly, and Caps was like stone-faced. He's like, no, I won't let you get in my head. And then it went into, of course, the next one where it was so close as well.
Yeah, this one broke my heart just a little bit because you want to be able to see him. He was even calling it out. Before the game started, he was saying 2-0, 100%. Goes in for the last auto attack, just one more, but the ignite tick is what got him.
Just a moment.
So close, so close. And I love what Cap said, too, here, that he made an adjustment between games 2 and 3 with his Nico, saying, I changed up my skill order. I went for the E next time around, and I knew that if I could just sidestep one of the stuns from Aurelia, I'd have the advantage in this matchup.
And so it was. He sidestepped everything. He was able to poke him out and then just finish him off, Chad.
Yeah, and he still had the ignite once he had vision of him. I got a little worried maybe something weird was going to happen.
Yeah.
Really was starting like 150 damage auto attack, but no, he knew exactly what he was doing because so many times throughout the 1v1 tournament, people would just get over-aggressive on Pabu, and I do find it almost fitting that Pabu had the advantage on Cass in game 2, but gave it up when he dove the turret.
He's going to be rewatching that moment a lot, and also a moment for all the towers that killed a lot of very good contestants of 1v1 in the process.
But I'm just happy that the 1v1 finals ended with 3 kills. And at low level, these were 2 guys who were willing to go at it. It wasn't like, let me pick the Aurelia, go to 6 in the matchup that I then know I can win. I'm going to try and outplay. I'm going to look for a flashy play.
That's the thing, because at the beginning of the 1v1 tournament, you saw those go to 100 CS wins, and a lot of it was based on the fact that people are trying to play it easily, seeing, okay, I can pick Resolve Tree Caitlyn and see if I can win it just based off that alone. But the players that had confidence in their skill, that saw the windows opening, and they just went all in, are the ones that
I mean, sometimes it goes the other way. I say don't hate the player, hate the game. If you can go to 100 CS, and if you're good at it, if you can take down the tower. But I think we all agree that this is what we love to see, and it was a wonderful ending. Yeah, absolutely great. So then, All-Star is about to wrap up. Outside of the 1v1 tournament, let me go down the line. Some favorite moments from this year's event. I don't know who wants to go first. Raz?
Ooh, from just the events as a whole this year?
All-Star.
From an All-Star, I just loved being able to talk to people, even though it wasn't an actual event that was being held on stage. The fact you were walking back and forth, before like some of the parties that were happening, just
everyone's chill, and nobody's like too stressed out.
And also people just coming in from around the world, being able to see the Southeast Asian crew and talking to them. You don't get a lot of opportunities like that.
That's true.
Yeah, I really liked Voyboy and Doublelift winning the 2v2 for a couple of different reasons. I mean, I've known Voyboy since he was 16 years old, and then like I don't talk to him much anymore with him being the streamer and influencer he is and me being a caster, but how much he cared about the charity that he picked, how touching his speech was, also it going to a great cause. That was really cool to see how much he's matured, and also being able to make that much of a difference.
Yeah, I agree.
And again, they did it in such cool fashion. The different combos and champs that they did with taking down Faker and Captain Jack to make it happen. I'm going to go with Nexus Blitz. I think that was the surprise.
Yep.
I think that was the surprise game mode. We knew Tandem was fun. We've seen that in the past. We've seen Earth be fun. But we hadn't seen Nexus Blitz yet up on the professional stage in a sense. And so I just think that game mode, really surprised a lot of people. So many people saying they hadn't played it yet. And now the number of pro players and casters that I'm hearing are like, I can't wait to get home to go play some Nexus Blitz. Just a surprise game.
Absolutely. It's so much fun.
And one thing that really was fun for me was like the LCK versus LPL battle. Watching God like play Inting Sion in stream on Douyu, and then him getting on stage and saying, hey, it works!
Yeah.
I'm smacking this tower. We're coming out with a victory. Like that, just being able to see the streamer come out and play actual professional players and still get that victory was real fun.
Yeah, it was a beautiful ending to the
What about for you?
year. For me, maybe co-hosting with yours.
Oh!
It was awesome. It was great. Yeah, I think that's also All-Stars, right? We all do a little bit different things. You went at the casting. We'll never let you do that again.
Yeah, never.
Disagree.
Man, your skills have degraded. No.
Never
Just
again.
kidding, of course. Now, for All-Stars, it wasn't just the fans over here who made it memorable, but also those of you at home watching and who blew up Twitter with your favorite big plays of the day. Brought to you by Acer Predator. First up, at FanPage Caps, really appreciated the all-out brawling that created a double ace.
Oh my
There we
goodness,
go.
this was almost 100 kills in when this fight started. The Karth Assault doing about 1,100 damage to Rookie, and then Caps coming out with a triple kill, but it
Wasn't
can't end
enough.
there.
He's gonna do it again. And it was only their, maybe their only win
Oh my
conditions still in
goodness.
that game, maybe the Nocturne mid as well, but wasn't enough.
Yeah, and then obviously you had to wait a little bit to see the Karthus actually have the 10 ticking death timers coming down through the rest of it, but definitely the highlight moment of that game.
That it was. Now next up, Sergio C popped off when Plugo's Pike clinched the 5th kill in Nexus Blitz.
Yeah. You win. Look, Masi. Yeah. Nice. Okay, I'm going for this. Penta for me. Okay, I'm going for this. Go.
I think that's one of the things I like most about All-Star in general, and like international tournaments, but maybe more at All-Star. These guys that you're like, oh yeah, I know who that is. I've seen them play, and then boom, they get a pentakill on Pike and Nexus Blitz. They get to the final of the 1v1 tournament. Beautiful moment.
And they won the most important match for the West with that.
Yes,
The
which we
Nexus,
That
declared.
is all that mattered.
We declared as, then they won the whole thing.
3
so.
points. Wow, I didn't know that counted
Awesome.
that much.
Yeah, well, I didn't know either. Finally, young league fan Pabu22 said it best. My career has peaked.
Tana keep mind his. Oh, that's the W. He might have it. Faker. The Q could kill him, and he's done it.
Oh my god. 갔다.
Oh, man.
Nobody gets the neck roll out of Faker, but
I
Pabu
know, right?
did it.
Oh my, he
Faker's
got
like,
the oh
why
my
did I
god.
face Sectarius? What am I doing?
I got news for you though, Pabu. Your career has not peaked. Your career is just beginning. You made a name for yourself at this event, without a doubt.
Let's absolutely hope so. It was wonderful. Thank you guys, of course, for sending in the tweets, not just for this event, but the whole year long. You made sure we didn't miss any of the big plays the entire 2018 season. And with that, it's time to say goodbye from myself, from the casters, the entire broadcast crew. Thank you so much for watching all throughout 2018. We'll see you in 2019 for another great season of League of Legends. Good night.
Yeah, keep it simple. Drop a rock into the water, watch it ripple. Let's
go, buddy. Hello, we're gonna win this? Are you serious?
We won!
We did it!
Oh,
Quit spamming the doodle. Get more bear speed. No.
What is happening right now?
who's next?
Okay.
Can you make that? Now is the time. We all here tonight, so let's do it right. Yo, we came here to fight. Who's next tonight? Can you make that? Now is the time. This world is mine. We all here tonight, so let's do it right. Yo, we came here to fight. Boy, you already know I'm the real wonder. Before I brainstorm, you gonna feel
$100,000 to the charity of your choice if you take the 2v2 bracket. America kills Canada in the 2v2 collab.
Wait, they asked we're in Green Alistar? No, I can't really play. Oh. Wait, you want to do that? Do you want to? Yeah, sure.
By the skin of his teeth wins it.
Beat him up! Come on, blue team!
Letting him walk towards the finish line.
Do they think that one's their scuttle? I hope
There it is.
I don't know who's winning.
Red might be winning.
All right,
What? Kill my Pabu.
This could be a...
Wait, he died.
What the? I'm
Right next to the legends, I go off my pleasure. Say goodbye to the old me. I'ma make sure that you know me. After this, here you go, owe me. Dangerous game that chose me. You know what G.O. means. Well, OG, let's go. Fight. Who's next to line? Can you make that? Now where's the time? Get out of your mind. Raise up the lights. We down here tonight, so let's do it right. Yo, we came here to fight.
All right, boys. Hey, great game, fellas. We're gonna need a smurf it.
I'm on my way.
Somebody please smurf.
Your rookie returning plenty of damage. And yeah, rookie is likely gonna lose this one.
Can you make that?
Oh, he flashed him for the knockup, but he's at the damage. Exhaust is up with the help relic. Right behind him. He's gonna try to get it. He got the relic. Oh, God. He might have it. He might have it. He might have it. Faker. The Q can kill him. And he's done it. Are you serious? Trap. Ult's gonna be under turret. He's gonna try right now. Ignite is on. He's on the wrong side. But he gets the stun. And Pabu's into the finals. He can get it. This could be Caps in. Right now, he can get that kill. One more auto will do it. And Caps is the 1v1 champion.
We came here to fight. Yep. Get your back off the wall. Come on. Yep. Come one. Yep. Come on. Get up. Yep. Get your back off the wall. Come on. Yep. Come one. Yep. Come on.